everyone, I'm Anna Berry, Technical Director of B&G Equipment, part of the Pelsis family of brands. The Flex-a-Lite 2600, often simply referred to as just 2600, is B&G's premier model in their line of heavy-duty ULV foggers. The 2600 differs from the rest of the line in that it is fully adjustable to provide an invisible ULV fog and a visible mist. ULV foggers do not use heat to vaporize a liquid the way a thermal fogger does, but instead rely on high pressure. The 2600 and its cousins are point and spray foggers. The rugged 2600 holds 1.5 gallons of liquid and features an adjustable knob to change the flow rate from 0.33 ounces per minute, yielding 20 to 35 micron sized droplets, to 2.5 ounces per minute, yielding 56 micron droplets, with a throw of about 15 feet. The fog emits from an 18-inch flex hose. Due to its compact size, the 2600 is great for the pest control industry, where a large area of space must be treated with little access, such as an attic or crawl space. But it's also fabulous for large kitchens and hotel rooms. It's a first choice for the janitorial and sanitation industry, as well as disinfection and odor control. The handle and 1.5 gallon tank is seamless one-piece construction. To protect the motor from moisture, there's an air filter. Do not operate without the filter. The tank opens with a twist-off tethered cap that seals a wide mouth opening to the tank, allowing for easy pouring. At the bottom of the tank are feet. This fogger should always be securely placed on a raised location off the floor. The 2600 is controlled with an on and off toggle switch at the top of the unit. The 2600 has an 18-inch flexible hose to easily direct the fog where it is needed. Extensions of 36 inches and 48 inches are also available. At the end of the hose is an adjustable knob. The knob can be adjusted to produce a fog or a heavier mist. You'll most likely use an extension cord for operation. Make sure that cord is grounded, of the correct gauge, and 3-prong. There are 2 available versions of the 2600, a 110 volt one and a 220 volt one. First up, you're going to want to plug in your 2600. In the off setting, connect your extension cord to the 2600 and plug it in. The 2600 is designed to sit in place in an elevated location off of the floor, such as a table where we have it right now. The Flex-a-Lite 2600 can be used with a wide array of fogging chemicals used for disinfection and pest management. For this demonstration, we'll just use water. In fact, we filled up most of it already. Be sure to study the label of whatever formulation you choose for the required personal protective equipment, application rate, mixing requirements, and other important application specifics. I'm wearing chemical-resistant gloves and safety goggles, which are typical PPE required by most chemicals that are utilized in foggers. A respirator or additional protective gear may also be required. As with most foggers, it's typically best to premix the chemical in the water ahead of time outside of the fogger at the amounts prescribed by the label. Once well mixed, we can pour into the 2600. Place the lid on the opening and ensure that it's tight. Once the cap is on, it's ready to go. There are 4 settings on the 2600 that produce progressively larger droplet diameters. Your preferred setting will be based on how you're using it. A quarter of a turn yields 0.33 ounces per minute. A half turn, 0.75 ounces per minute. 3/4 of a turn, 1.2 ounces, and 1 turn is 2.5 ounces per minute. The operation time will be dependent on the formulation used, the knob setting, and location. Do not operate in enclosed or small areas for more than 30 minutes. As we increase the setting, at first the fog is not visible. But as we get to larger settings and higher flow rates, the fog becomes visible. This is at the highest setting of 2.5 ounces per minute. It's intentional that you cannot see the fog at your lower settings. Once empty, shut down. To do this, first turn off the adjustment knob. Always do this before turning off the power. If not done correctly, liquid can drip into the hose, reaching and destroying the motor. Then turn off the power and disconnect. Finally, open the tank cap. To remove trace amounts of the formulations that are being applied in the Flex-a-Lite 2600, regular cleaning is important. Triple rinse the tank with clean water by filling the tank and running the contents through the system 3 times. When you run to clean it, ensure that you have connected the power supply to the extension cord. Start it in the off setting. Turn it to on, and then we'll systematically go through each setting if that's what we use the chemical in. If we only used one setting, we can run the triple rinse through it just through that one setting. The rinsate should be disposed per label, ideally in the area of application. The air filter should not get wet, but it may get dirty. Clean periodically when it's dirty, but make sure that it's being allowed to air dry before replacing. The filter inside the tank should also be regularly checked. Examine both the extension cord and the cord for the Flex-a-Lite 2600. If either become damaged, replace them. Thanks for hanging out with me in the Flex-a-Lite 2600. Check out our other product videos where we dig more into how they're used.